Hello and welcome to episode 124 of the Talk Nintendo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Casey Gibson, and joining me this fine afternoon, barely afternoon, the one, the only, Jerry Burkum.
Yep, and it's actually not afternoon, it's 11:35.
It's afternoon where it counts, here on the east side of the
the east side is
country.
where it counts. Said no one.
Yeah, you know what?
kidding.
With our telethon, it took everything in me to hold out the Jerry Burkum intros, so that's why
Did you not do that during that?
I didn't call you Jerry, no.
Thanks. Yeah, just in case people don't know, my name is not that. It's actually Jerry.
Pert Burkum.
Yeah, Pert Burkum, sorry. No, it's Perry
There's
Burkum.
so many names.
There are so many names, yep. But yeah, we had a lot of fun on if you saw in our feed and maybe on the site or on Twitter, we had a special bonus episode because of the telethon with Dr. Johnny Metz.
The old Mets
fun.
man, yes sir.
Yeah, and we played some Mystery History. It was each of us had our own game, and it turned out really good. And if you haven't listened to it, I'd ask that you do that. Ladies and gentlemen, I implore you.
There you go.
Because it was a lot of fun. But this week, and we're getting back. It's weird, right? Because we are recording on this gym bot called into work, and I don't have a job, so just kidding.
Must be nice. You've got your own hours.
Yeah, what I do isn't really work, but that's okay. So we're recording during the day, which I don't think we've ever really done. We've done a morning.
Yeah,
we've done it in person during the day, maybe.
I feel like any time we've ever done it during the day, it's because it's been like Nintendo launched something big that we both took off work for kind of thing. Or
Right.
I did, and you...
Right, there you go. That's right, like Mario,
and you just
Odyssey.
kept on being a bum.
Yeah. No, I took off work back then. So if you notice that our podcast is a little more light than normal, it's because the sunlight is peeking through the windows. So
it's shining brightly upon our faces.
So we got a bunch of games to talk about this week, actually, that we've been playing, and then the eShop Roundup, and then I know we have some
we
news,
got some
probably,
news to chit-chat
and some
about.
listener mail.
Ooh.
We do have some listener mail, so let's get right into it. And I have been playing one of my favorite games on the Switch. Can you believe that?
One of your favorite games,
Which is, it's very ironic, but honestly, because it was a Wii U game, but honestly, one of my favorite games on the Switch is a Wii U game as well, previously. And that is New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
Boom.
So we have talked about this game a few times, right? We didn't really I don't think we've really jumped in. We talked about it a little bit at PAX because we played it together, which was a lot of fun.
It sure was.
I just about an hour ago beat the main campaign. And the way I was going through is I was getting all the star coins in the levels. Excuse me, I was drinking. I thought you'd maybe say something, but you didn't. That's okay.
Nope, just letting you roll.
And so I got to the end, and it's awesome. Okay, let's back up a little bit. So we played a ton. We played like probably a third of the game at PAX. I mean, it was a lot. And we played through a lot of levels. It was a lot of fun. So we got to like the final, the lava world. So we were
approaching the big boy.
Yeah, Peach's Castle, and so we played through. You start there and you go in, and there's like 3 levels were really hard. I remember playing through, and we were just having a blast trying to find like all the coins and stuff. And remember, it was just really challenging, but we were having so much fun. And we got all the coins. We found the secret piranha plant vine that goes, or the vine that goes up to get, all that fun stuff. And then we did a quick save because you have to beat like a castle or like a mid boss or something like that to actually save in the game. But you can always quick save at any time. So it's like, it's never been, like this, like, yeah, it's weird that like you can't like fully save, but it really doesn't make a difference because you can always just quick save and get out and go back in whenever you want. You know what I mean? It was just kind of and if you get a game over, I guess you go back to your old save, but like,
Yeah,
I
the
always
quick
had,
save
like,
probably
80
doesn't
lives.
persist through a game over.
Yeah, so I guess that there's that.
But there are also a bajillion lives, so.
Yeah, that. But also, if you're playing multiplayer, I mean, we went through a lot of, a lot because it's a little
Multiplayer
tougher.
is mean.
It is mean, yeah. So you went through. The live system is kind of, honestly, that's the one thing I think works with the live system is that it does add those points of, oh, come on, like when you're in multiplayer, and then, oh, you know what, I just ran out of lives, and it's like, now I can't get back in the game. It's all you, buddy, and then you're waiting to get maybe 100 coins, and then you're unlocked again, and I think that's a little fun dynamic in the game. To be honest, I think it's been, kind of, maybe it gives even the player a break, like okay,
from all that intense play.
Yeah, and I mean, it works. It's not a big deal, but. So we played all those levels, right? We got all the coins, did a quick save. I went into I think it was like the final level that we were at.
Oh, no, you die or something and lose a bunch of...
Nope, because I had 84 lives. But I got it. I played, Jill was sitting next to me, and I was playing this level, and I was like, man, this is hard. And she's like, you need some help? And I was like, yes. Because I could see how this level could really benefit from having another person. In the last level was awesome.
You called in the big guns?
Really good. Yep, so... let's add her in. Oh, you can't. You have to back out and go to the main menu to play with 2 people or 3 people or 4 people. You can't just.
Does that screw up your quick save?
So I jump back to the menu. I go back in, and then my quick save was gone. And all that work that we did on those final levels, the last 3 worlds, all gone. And it was just like, oh no! I mean, it was like it really felt like a punch
to the gut, man.
It's exactly what it felt like, and it was like awful. I was like, so this is why people are really upset about this. Because honestly, I think we heard some backlash. Something about when Neil posted his review, there was something about the save system, or maybe it was just around that time when the launch people were talking about, and I understood. I was like, I get how it's, it's weird and archaic, but it doesn't really make a difference. Well, it made a difference here. And it was just, oh, man. But luckily, replaying through the levels again, knowing where everything was, it was actually really simple. But it still was like, man, all that effort that me, you, and Jules were playing, all that stuff, like that was just
all
gone.
That good fun, yeah. All the memories.
And
gone.
I guess exactly. That's exactly what Jules said too. But
I don't remember playing with you at all, Perry. Do you have the gameplay?
No, it's gone.
Then did we ever really go to San Diego?
San Diego.
Well, no, we didn't.
We didn't go to San Diego. That's funny. Say something.
Something.
Yeah, you find pretty good times when you're always drinking coffee. You find a good spot to drink it. I'm not used to that.
You need to. Because I drink like 3 glasses of water while we do this too.
I know.
I
guess sometimes I have a Coke.
Stay
or something.
hydrated.
But yeah.
So it's all about. It's like you got to have the cup in your hand. So then that way, when you're sort of done talking, and then you're ready to blabber about something I really don't care about, then I can just indulge in a nice cup of ice cold water. And I see what you're doing right there. You're going to try and trick me. But look, I still snuck one in, and no one would be able to notice.
I know. You're good.
No.
So
I'm the best.
You're the best. You are. So that was unfortunate. Of course, not a big deal in the grand scheme of things, but it was like, this is silly. And, yeah. And then the funny thing is and I guess, spoilers. I mean, this shouldn't be a spoiler, but
you have to jump to beat that one level. Boom!
Oh, Casey, you ruined it. You have to, you get the ability to save whenever you want when you beat the game. It's just like,
that's
what? Okay.
Now that I don't need this at all.
Yeah, I mean,
I guess it's nice to go back if you're trying to collect all the coins or whatever, but still, it seems sort of like...
No, for sure. And I guess this is where I think would be really neat about the game. How cool would it be, seriously, if there was a single-player mode, if there's a hard campaign mode, and there was no saves. You know what I mean? Like there was only quick saves. And it was you go through the game with only quick saves, and you can never save. And if you run out of lives, that's it. I think that would be so much fun. I mean, wouldn't that be a great idea? To like, even once you're done, you unlock this hard mode where you can play through the game again, but you have no saves, and maybe the enemies are upgraded or something. You know, I think that would be so cool, and I think that's where I kind of feel it has the potential with that kind of weird system to do something like that, but I don't think they did. But anyway, now I'm going back and collecting all the star coins and getting into there's a star world.
Yeah, well, and, isn't that where that's sort of where they ramp it up super hard, right? If you go through and get all the coins, then they give you like
in each world, but
super tough level.
So I went through each world, you know, as we were going, we were collecting all the coins. I only unlocked 2. There was like 6 other
noob.
There's 6 other worlds that I haven't gotten the coins on, and not only that, but as I'm going through and finding the secret exits to get to the new levels, I found out there's one, I won't say where, but there's a place where if you don't find the secret exit, there's like 3 other levels and a boss that you can just completely skip over. And you don't even know it's there. And it's amazing. And then when you beat that boss, I actually unlocked a whole nother world in the game that I didn't even go through. How crazy is that? I didn't even see a whole world, and I beat the game, credits roll, everything. Isn't that something? Because like I was looking at the Star World, and it's like you haven't gotten all the coins for this, and I'm like, I haven't even heard of that world.
What are you talking?
Like, where is that? And I couldn't even see it, so it's like whatever. I guess something. I didn't even think about it too much, and then as I was unlocking the stuff, I'm like, oh my goodness, I missed a whole world. That's a pretty good feeling, actually. It's a lot of fun.
Well, it's nice to see they still have some secrets hidden in there, you know what I mean? I feel like now with games these days, especially think of Smash, where it's like, remember, like back in the day, like you'd be like, oh, I don't know even what characters I'm going to unlock, and I don't know how to do it. And like nowadays, it's very upfront, like this is exactly who's going to be in it, and this is, you know what I mean? And I get that's a big selling point is what the roster is, but it's nice to have those secrets still cooked in there, you know.
And I gotta give props to if there was an award for most outrageous shortcuts, New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe gets it. It's hilarious. You unlock this thing, and then like you unlock this trail that literally like goes and swoops around. This happened like multiple times, like swoops around all these different places, and you can skip worlds and stuff. So I think that you could do a really cool, kind of like the original Mario Bros. You can do a really cool a speed run to skip worlds, which I just
blast through.
That's so cool, you know. So all that together, man, New Super Mario Bros. What a fabulous game! Definitely one of my favorite side-scrolling Marios. Definitely the best new game.
The best U game.
Yeah. I wouldn't even say that though, because it's probably the and actually one more thing that's kind of funny, the Peachette upgrade when you're playing local multiplayer, or multiplayer I should say, and you play and then you can get the crown, right? The crown is kind of stupid in a way where it limits you. And you can get it as an upgradable thing, but only Toadette can have it, you know? Mm-hmm. And so you can have that in your inventory and not use it.
It just takes up a spot, yeah.
It takes up a spot, and then also it'll pop up when you don't want it, and like you wish that they had, because each level kind of has the power up that works for that level. But if you're playing as Toadette, then like it'll kind of replace that power up, and it's like I don't even want that, and now it popped up and I accidentally got it and I didn't want that, and then I died. So there is some sort of weird obtuseness there with that. That is kind of. I mean, of course, it's cool, right? In theory, it is cool and it works. But
it spawned Bowsette, your favorite.
Yeah, exactly. And well, the thing is like, there's a lot of levels where you don't want to fly, you don't want to do that because there's a bunch of
spikes or something,
and spikes, and there's a roof and it pops up there and it's like, that's not good. So
I'm gonna stay away from that.
Yeah, but I'm really enjoying. I think I'm gonna dig a lot. I think I wanna in a perfect world, I would 100% this game. And I think that's what I want to do because it's my platformer right now, even though it's not. And I literally have like 3 other platformers that I got.
Well, you got to be, like you said, you got to be getting pretty close because you were doing a good job of getting all the coins before sort of moving on to the next level.
Yeah,
right?
no, for sure. And like honestly, I'm unlocking all the Star World. Then I'm going to go to the Star World, play through it, and then I don't know if I'm going to do I want to do the challenges, but the thing is that's a
whole nother can of
hour
worms.
commitment. Those challenges are unbelievable. So if people have and like the boost mode, there's a bunch of stuff that I haven't even tried. But then not only that, dude, I want to play through New Super Luigi U. I haven't played through that all the way. Like I think I've only played a handful of levels. So I'm really excited to play through that as well.
So what are you waiting for?
I gotta complete. I'm having so much fun. I can't move on to the new stuff because I'm having so much fun with the original stuff. So, but yeah, New Super.
I was gonna say that's
Mario
a good problem to have,
Bros.
though.
U Deluxe. It's a great problem. Is a crazy name, a crazy game that came out at a weird time. I'm glad they released it. It makes a lot of sense. They probably should have released it. I don't know. It's weird. I wish they would have released it sooner, so that we could be closer to Mario Maker and whatever. But that's either here nor there. So yeah, it's a great game. But I think you've been playing a Nintendo great game.
Yes, sir. We discussed that this would be on the docket for. I've probably been talking about it for months now.
Yeah, probably almost a year.
Yep. And unfortunately, I haven't gotten to play as much as I wanted to because I've been working on a game for review, but I have been playing some Resident Evil 2 Remake for the PS4.
Finally, at last.
It is scary potatoes, man.
Have you been playing it with your glow-in-the-dark shirt?
Yeah. Well, it's so funny. I put that shirt on Saturday, and then, yeah, like, Caitlin had gone to bed, and like I was gearing down for bed, so, turn all the lights off, and all of a sudden I see, like, this light coming down. I'm like, what the heck? And my shirt, my RPD lettering and logo were very, very bright in the dark, and I was like, that's so funny, glow-in-the-dark shirt. But yeah, so you start off the game here, you get a pick if you want to do Leon or Claire, and I went with Leon because Leon's the man.
Yeah, heck yeah.
But yeah, so, I get in there.
You're sexist.
Yeah. Well, no, because the whole idea is you play through one and then you play through the other. And, like, depending on what you do in that
Is that what the original game was like?
Yeah, they had, like, this static system, they called it, where it was, like, if you'd go through, like, pretty much there'd be 4 ways to see everything. You do Leon, then Claire, like, Leon A, Claire B, or you could do Claire A, Leon B. I think they dub it, like, rerun or something, or second run in this game. I haven't beat the game yet, so I don't know exactly. But from what I gather is it's sort of similar where if you play through with Leon, and then you play with Claire, it's going to be a little different depending on the choices you made with Leon, and vice versa if you go Claire first and then Leon. So there is a bunch of replayability in that sense. I don't know how different it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's going to be like, if you, like what I'll probably do is Leon, then Claire, and then be done with it. Like, I don't think I'll go back and be like, well, let me play Claire, then Leon, I don't think I'll go that hardcore into it, but essentially, the game starts off, and it's you start off sort of meeting Claire at this gas station, and it's sort of like the tutorial area, just sort of like giving you the lay of the land, and then you get into the city, and you get into the police department and going from there. So essentially, I've played through what I played through in the demo, like the first half hour, and then I've probably played about another half hour or so after that point. And
okay.
So I put
You're
about
supposed to have beaten it by now.
Nope. They're relatively short games. I think they're only probably 6 to 8 hours, depending on how you play it. One playthrough, So hopefully I can have it done by next time we talk. But yeah, I mean, in the beginning it's not as scary because I've already gone through it. You know what I mean? So it's like I sort of get this area, that.
Right. Obviously.
But now I'm getting into that uncharted territory where it's like, oh boy, But what's cool about this game is obviously it does not have the fixed camera angles like the original did, where, you know, you'd walk down a hallway and that camera doesn't move, and then you just sort of move in like respect to where that camera's located. Obviously, that's a thing of the past now. The tank controls are gone. You have the over-the-shoulder camera. But what's cool is it still manages to feel very cramped and scary. I guess scary is not the best word. Cramped and claustrophobic, you know?
There you go. Yeah.
You feel very like the camera's pretty tight to the shoulder, so it's like it's not like you could zoom back out and be like, oh, I can see pretty much everywhere I'm going and I've got nothing to worry about, you know? It still feels very cramped. You know, zombies are going to be coming out of close quarters still and sort of startling you. And when they get, you know, they grab onto you, it really focuses in on just that zombie grabbing you. So it's like, you know, it's like, oh God, I'm getting grabbed. Oh God, I hope there's not more coming, you know? And you can get grabbed by more than one zombie at once, and they'll take you down kind of thing. But, man, the game looks wonderful. Like, insane. The graphics are insane. Like,
are they? Yeah.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I was actually surprised by, and I don't mean to sound like a downer or anything, but I was actually surprised. Like, I saw some gameplay of, like, I guess it's probably just because you've been talking it up, like, insane amounts. But, like, I was like, oh, like, that could be like ported to Switch. Like that was my thought. Like I don't think like it's out of the question that like they could do a version of this for Switch.
They probably could. They'd probably have to
like
dumb it down a bit for sure.
Like it doesn't. It's not like my example would be like Arkham Knight. Is like you see that game and it's like I just don't see how this could run on Switch. Like it's that kind of a thing. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, I mean...
It looked great. I didn't mean to say it doesn't
No, I
look
know
great.
what you mean.
Yeah.
It's cool because, like, there'd be like, oh, I'm outside in the rain and I got wet, and then, like, then the cutscene, like, my shirt's all drenched, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's just the attention to detail kind of thing. Like, they could probably make it work for the Switch, and hopefully they do. But, yeah, so far, like I said, I'm enjoying it. I definitely do feel that, like, I've got a handgun and I've got, like, 20 bullets, and the knife now breaks. So, you know, you used to be able to have a knife, you just slash the crap out of everyone, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So now it has like a life bar to it. And when you get grabbed, you can sort of counter a zombie and stab him with that knife to get rid of him, you know? And then the knife sticks in him until you kill him, then you can pick it back up. But doing that takes like a big chunk of that, like, the usage out of it. So you need to be pretty careful, because that was pretty much the way, you know, in the older games, like, I gotta serve ammo, like, oh, maybe I'll, like, shoot them down a little bit so they stumble, and then I'll just, you know, slash them with the knife till they're dead.
Of course, yeah.
So, like, now, not having, being at times when I don't have a knife, it's petrifying, you know, because it's like, well, I can't waste my ammo, so now I just need to sort of, all right, that zombie's over there, and I need to just be cognizant of where he is and try and do what I gotta do in this room while, you know, actively dodging him. But yeah,
interesting.
Like I said,
and that's just the standard setup, huh? Like,
well, it's a, you know, they're going back to the routes of the survival horror.
I mean, that's not hard mode.
No, this is like the regular.
Gotcha.
I forgot if they asked what kind of. I think you can go. I think there's 3 settings. I think I just did the regular one. But
I wonder if that changes that then.
I think I read somewhere that. You pick one of the modes, and then it sort of reacts to how you play. So if you pick like the middle mode and like you're having trouble, like it might dumb it down a tiny little bit, you know. Or if you're just like kicking the crap at everything, it might skew it a little harder. But yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it so far. Like I said, what's cool is that it is very while modern, you know, especially with the camera angle and everything. It still feels scary, you know, like they didn't, because if they gave you like, oh, Resident Evil 4 just blasting through Raccoon Police Department and the Raccoon City like it's nothing, you know, it'd be disappointing, you know, but I think so far they've been able to keep that survival horror and that very... The emphasis on survival, you know, like conserving your weapons and your ammo and stuff, and sort of sneaking around here, trying to be stealth when you can, and avoiding enemies when you have to. You know, they've done a good job of capturing that.
And I think I saw that this game sold more than 7 did.
Oh yeah, by a lot, I believe.
I think I saw that it was like 2.7 million was 7, but like it passed like 3 million. So
yeah,
I think I don't know. Anyway,
I think the nostalgia of it, plus it just looking really awesome, you know.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, you're right.
Plus,
I mean,
all of the people.
It's a known thing, right? I guess that people are comfortable with it, and they're like they have nostalgia. Yep, they have like total nostalgia for it. So makes complete sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. Plus, also riding off the back of 7, like, oh, I heard 7 was awesome. I didn't play it, but Resident Evil 2, I remember playing that game back in the day. You know, like I want to check this one out. So
totally.
And then hopefully it lays the groundwork for. I know everyone's already clamoring for Resident Evil 3. So.
Oh yeah, and then 4. I mean, it's if you don't think that's happening, then
yeah, it wouldn't surprise me
a
4 remake at some point.
Like, of course that's happening. I mean, that'll be 10 years, but like that's happening for sure.
Nintendo Switch exclusive, just like back in the day.
Yes. So I'm anxious to hear more about it, dude. It sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun, or is it living up to your expectations?
Yeah, like I said, I'm enjoying. Like I said, I feel like I'm still pretty darn early in the experience. But from what I've played so far, I am definitely enjoying it.
Well, that's good then.
Yes, sir. Now,
all right, so
you've been playing a game that I know you enjoy.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
Yep. You don't need to tell me.
That's right, because I've already reviewed it for the site on a different system and talked about it on this podcast before. And that is Cursed Castilla. At least I think it's Castilla. It could be Castilla. But I'm pretty sure since it's the 2 L's, it's Castilla. And it's Spanish. Yeah, Cursed Castilla. This game came out on Switch, or it's gonna be out soon. And I was a huge fan of this on the 3DS when it came out. It did have that beautiful stereoscopic 3D. It's very much inspired by Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Is that what it is? Is Super Ghouls and Ghosts or Super Ghosts and Ghosts? It's Super Ghouls and Ghosts, yeah. I always get those mixed up.
They're too similar.
Why did they change that? Why is it Ghosts and Goblins and then Super Ghouls and Ghosts? That's so weird.
You got me.
Yeah, so bizarre. But so what it is it's basically that, but I mean, it's definitely has a different vibe to it. It has its own little thing going. Like it's not like haunted, scary, meadow-y as that, like as big as Super Ghouls and Ghosts is. I mean, it kind of has more of like a. It's not as goofy. It's kind of, if that makes sense. And there's not as many enemies. And then the best thing is there's not tons of slowdown, or the frame rate doesn't drop. So it's kind of like what you remember playing as a kid, like that idea, but like. Mm-hmm. Playable on a new system, but playable now in this era. You know, you go back and play Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Gorgeous game, cool idea, ridiculously hard. Like to the point of it's just kind of like masochism, and it's just, you know, some people I can totally dig that, and I totally have respect for the game. But Cursed Castilla is also incredibly hard, but it controls better, and you have unlimited continues and can just go through the game if you want. So they do such a good job because really, you can do a high score and even they've set it up for a speed run. So you can actually, like, as you're playing through the game, it actually has a timer on it, which is really cool. You don't see it unless you unlock it in the menu, you know, but you can actually put a timer. And if you die, if you run out of lives, then when you continue, your score is lost. So, you know, so you could conceivably play through the whole game without getting a game over, like the insane people do. And
you mean you haven't yet?
No,
you crumb
I haven't
bum?
beat the game. It's incredibly hard. But like I said, never unfair, and you never have to. There are large sections that you're like, oh man, it's old school difficulty where you get to the end of it and then you die and it's like, oh man, I got to go through all that all again. And, that's tough, but that's good. Those are good. You need to have sections like that. It's not like too easy checkpoints everywhere and you just go through the game. It definitely requires a lot of skill. And one of the cool hooks with the game is, you will have upgrades.
Mm-hmm.
Like for weapons, you can find weapon upgrades, and they're kind of like Mario, or it's kind of actually they're exactly like Mario, New Super Mario Bros, where you have the little boxes that are kind of going through, ding 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 ding, and you can kind of pick. You can pick whatever one you want if you're good. You can time it and pick the right one. So,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about, like mushrooms or stuff. But this one is a lot more slower, so you actually just can pick whatever you want. You just got to let it run through, and you can play with the different weapons. Funnily enough, I forgot that you could do that. Because I always just immediately picked a weapon, and I realized after playing for an hour, oh my goodness, you can just let it scroll through and pick whatever weapon you want. And I was like, oh my goodness, because some of them are way worse than the others, especially for the situation. So I was like, man, this really opens up the game to a lot, because you can play through them oh, I wish I had this. For instance, there's a section where you for instance, it branches off and you can kind of get rewarded. It's really cool. You can go through this gauntlet over here and you'll get, and you don't know what you'll get. I went through it and you got an extra life, and it's oh, that's a huge deal, if you're playing. So if you want to risk it, you get the reward, and that's really cool. But for instance, it's this part where these archers are shooting down at you and they're on stone, so you actually can't throw your spear up. It won't break through. It won't go through the stone, so you have to just dodge them. But there is a weapon that you can use that goes through stone, and so if you get that one, it's a lot easier, and you can go through that gauntlet and get the extra life.
Yeah, it makes it way more approachable.
Yeah, and the level of customization, and I think that was
the customability.
The customability is off the charts. I think that's super cool and Ghosts too. They kind of had that. That was a big part of it as well, and it just plays really good. It runs flawlessly. It's super hard, but fair, and you can make it through. And if you you get to there's no game overs where you have to continue, but and you can quit out and get back into where you're at. It's all the modern sensibilities, but it really feels like a Super Nintendo game, and I love that. It's so funny. There's just something completely timeless about games like that.
Yeah, it's nice when they can, like I said, sort of capture that old feel while bringing it, to the present.
Yeah, it is cool, but isn't it? There's just something about pixel games that is just so weird that I can just have endless amount of these that I really like. I really enjoy them, especially I think it's the skill, but that there's just if there's a timeless look to them that makes it feel good and fresh, and I just love that. And the game's music is amazing. It really sounds like those old samples from the Super Ghouls and Ghosts and just those old crazy Capcom games. Very similar to Battle Princess Madeline, right, is another example of a game. But I would definitely recommend this game over Battle Princess Madeline, just because of the layout, and it's just a lot more straightforward, not as obtuse. But because where the obtuseness comes is in the crazy difficulty. But for instance, I think anyone listening to this could play this game. I don't think it's that. It's not like Super Ghouls and Ghosts. Where
it's not gonna.
I would say that I can't play Super Ghouls and Ghosts. It's too hard for me to enjoy. And I'm really surprised that Capcom hasn't made a new one. That would be so cool. In fact, I guess they might have. I just wouldn't have known. But I feel like I would have heard about that. Wouldn't that be fun if they went? I don't know why they're not going back and why they're just obsessed with Mega Man, their worst franchise for 2D. It's
shots fired.
It's good. Shots fired, but it's fine. But they have so many other better. That
Mega Man's got the cachet, though.
I guess, but you tell me a new Gargoyles Quest. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but
Perry,
think of who there would be plenty of people who get excited for that, right? But not nearly as many as it's a new Mega Man game.
I don't know. I think I know what you're saying. I think this day and age, I think that people would be excited for it. I think it would get. It has cachet, baby.
It would get excited.
It has cachet up the yin yang.
Like a tenth, maybe, of Mega Man's cachet.
Well, okay, fair enough. But I think that the game would review better and be a better game, and it would sell more. Because I think
it might review better, but there's no way that a Gargoyle's Quest game will ever sell better than a Mega Man game, dude.
I don't know. No, I don't believe that, because I don't think Mega Man 11 sold that well. And I think that if it was an awesome new game, it would have sold better. I just think that it got middling reviews, and people were like, yeah, meh, okay, it's a new Mega Man. I know what you're saying. Like, I just think that, I think that there's something in the actual quality of the game, and if the game was just better, I think it would sell better. I
mean, I'm not doubting that it could be a better game. It would most certainly be more fresh, you know what I mean, having not, because obviously we've revisited Mega Man a million times, but I'm telling you, even if it was a perfect 10, a Mega Man game's going to sell better than a Gargoyle's Quest game.
I just don't think so. I think I don't think this day and age. I think in the past decade that was correct, but I think people can look past that now, and they just want a better game.
Anyway. I guess, like I said, I agree to disagree here, but I do think there are just so many more people who like, I don't really go on to the eShop, or I don't go on, PS4, I don't go into PSN and like look through for indie games or indie or smaller games or whatever.
True.
But if all of a sudden you hear news like, there's a Mega Man game, like, sweet, I'm gonna buy that,
Yeah.
Where verse like, there's this amazing Gargoyle's Quest game, and like most people probably like, okay, like haven't heard of that, or like, I vaguely remember that game in the past, like, cool,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking like, like say Yacht Club makes it. You know what I mean? And they make a new, like they literally, Capcom hires them to make a new, like that would be earth-shattering, even just in the indie community. Like even though like Shovel Knight's kind of surpassed indie, but it's still like in that realm. And I still like if that happened, yeah, Triple I. And I think that would, like, you know what I mean? Like that would be huge, and I think that would make a bigger splash than Mega Man 11 did. Because in ways, Mega Man 11 felt indie. Like, it was just kind of a weird, low-key, re-release. Like, it just kind of like a, like nothing really new. Like, nothing really, groundbreaking about it. Anyway.
Yeah.
I totally get what you're saying. Obviously, Mega Man is way bigger. But I just want better quality games. And Capcom, you can do it. Capcom was the man back then. But, anyway, Cursed Castilla. Right. Which is an ode to the Capcom games. Fantastic game. I highly recommend it. If you're looking for a really fun and challenging platformer game with some oomph to it, that is your game.
That's the ticket.
Yep. But we have yet another side-scrolling pixely game.
Yes, sir. And
this
new.
It's not out yet, and it's been cooking for a long time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like I remember talking about this one last PAX, and that is Dragon Marked for Death. From Inti Creates. Now, to start us off here,
speaking of Mega Man,
you will have the option to buy either the standard one, which is called Frontline Fighters, or Advanced Attackers. So essentially, the game has 4 playable character types. Each version comes with 2, and then you need to buy DLC for the other 2 characters.
So, in theory, if we weren't reviewing the game, I could get one, you could get the other. You know what I mean? And then we could play online together.
No, you couldn't. Oh, well, we could play online together, but you can't have both versions installed on your... I mean, it might work differently with different accounts, but, like, I would... Like, having now had the Advanced Attackers version on my console and a link to my account, I cannot purchase the regular one. I need to go and purchase the DLC of the 2 characters if I want to play them. Like I said, it might work a little differently with, like, if I was using your account, you know what I mean? But by theory...
No, I just mean, like, Yeah, because you still wouldn't be able to. You'd only get to play with your 2 characters.
Yeah.
And then I'd play with my 2. But you could.
It just seems sort of weird to me, but
super weird.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, this is a 2D sort of action RPG game. Where you are like you're dragon. I forget the exact name. You're like part dragon, and like the people hate you. You know what I mean? But like you're in this. You go into the city here, and you need to build up your rep with them. And you sort of start down on the lower part of the city, like the slums, you know. And what you do is you go to the bar. And the bar essentially has different quests for you to take. That's like your hub of quests. And then you go out and you complete that quest. And they range from like 10, 15, half hour, you know, there's different time lengths on them. And they're different types of missions. So some of them are like, hey, just go into this cave and save these people. And, like, you need to get into the cave, and you got to save the people, and then you win, you know? One's like, oh, you're on a ship, and enemies attacking, and they're trying to destroy the sails, so you need to kill all the enemies, you know what I mean, without losing all the sails, so your ship doesn't get ruined. And, like, they have random little quests, and you go out and you do them, and there are just tons of enemies in the way, and pretty much you've got, like, a dash, which is really nice, because you dash through the air. And you could sort of and it's a big dash. It's a very long dash. Dash into the air to hit an enemy, and then you could like sort of hit your attack button a few times. And there's 2. Like there's a combat button, which is like actually attacking, and then there's ones that has like a projectile, which I assume it changes depending on which character you have. I've only been working the one character right now, which is the Shinobi, I believe it's called. And like. They attack quick, you know, quick volley of attacks kind of thing, and you go in there and you're destroying enemies, and it's like you said, there's some platforming, and that dash I was talking about, it's nice because you can do a diagonal, you know what I mean, so you can get some good height, and when you're in the air, you can glide with your dragon wings, so you could be up in the air for a long time, and it's cool because you could sort of dash into another enemy, attack them, jump, dash into another enemy, attack them, you know, float down. So you can get some good movement going on. And there are levels that sort of introduce like, oh, there's wind blowing left to right. And now it's like, I could practically fly across this whole area, you know what I mean?
Oh, cool.
Using the different dashes and the floating. But as you go through, you're going to take out enemies and get to your objective. And then when you complete the objective, there's like just a portal comes out, you finish the quest, you pop back out, and you get experience, and you can level up. With your level up, you can dictate where the tribute points go to, the attributes, I should say, and they could be like, oh, I want on strength, or I want an agility, you know, and you can sort of go like that.
Like Mario and Luigi style.
Yeah, now what's sort of weird is that there's like a blacksmith and like a general store and stuff, and you know, you can walk there, or you could fast travel, but it's weird because you can only equip your items while you're in one of these places or an inn. Even like, oh, I've got a ton of items. I got a bunch of my healing items, right? But I need to go to the inn to put them into my inventory. So like, I failed one of the quests, and I was like, oh, God, I just want to get back into it. And all of a sudden I was doing it, I was like, oh, I forgot to reload my freaking, like, healing items, you know what I mean? So it's like, and like, you can't just do it in the game, or, you know what I mean? So it's like, so it gets a little annoying having to travel back and, like, to the other areas to just get prepped for a battle, you know?
Sure, yeah.
But,
it sounds like, yeah,
it seems like...
some
a little annoying
problems there.
Yeah, like, it's a little archaic. Like, why not just let me sort of do it on the fly, you know?
Like, why don't you just let me save after each level?
Exactly. Now, what it does do cool is, like I said, the combos are cool, but I generally sort of find myself doing the same sort of combo over again, because it's like a very powerful one with like a down kick.
Because this kind of plays like a beat 'em up, right? I
mean, it's very sort of rinse and repeat combat, at least. And like, when there are more enemies on the screen, like I said, you could sort of bounce around to different enemies, you know, within there, which feels pretty good. And even though it's pretty repetitive, like, I don't hate the combat. It's just not like, oh my God, amazing.
Right.
And Some of these quests definitely feel like it's tuned for multiplayer. There is an emphasis on like or co-op play. There is local and online play. I tried online, but the way it works is that you just pick what mission you want, and you either create a room or find a room. And with it being still a review game at this point, that wasn't happening. So I think I'm going to try and shack up with Neil at some point.
Okay, so there definitely is still there's definitely still a place for friends to play, right?
I'll have to look exactly. Like I don't, because you could create a password, I'm pretty sure, and stuff. So there's got to be a good way. I'll know. Good. Like I said, the review comes out later this week, and I'm going to play more of it in the next couple days and do some of that online stuff. So I'll have more to sort of better knowledge on how the online works. I could probably update that next week, but it'll definitely be in the review.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like the one quest was I had to go save these 4 people from the cave because they got stuck. So you go in the cave and like you work your way down and like, oh, here are these 4 people. They're sort of spread out and they're having enemies attack them. And like, all right, I'm going to go take that enemy out so they stop attacking that person, then move on to the next one. And then 2 of the people died doing that. And it felt very much like, okay, like this was tuned to have more than one person so that the other person could go take care of those people, you know? Now, I still passed the quest because, there were 2 people that survived. But it was sort of like, okay, like this was definitely made, like it was tuned for more people, you know? And now it's nice that I didn't fail the mission or something because of that. But still a little like, and some of the missions, it's like...
Wait, so why was it annoying? Sorry, like because
like the objective was to save these people, and I got into the area, I saved one person, I went to save the next person, and the other 2 people died before I could even get to them. So you know what I mean? Like,
okay. Okay.
So they're spread out.
At first I thought you were talking about that you were playing online with people and that they died, but okay.
Oh,
now
no,
I get you. Yeah,
this is the objective.
Because it's like it's just unfair it's not balanced for one person.
Yeah, it didn't feel, because like maybe if I really made fast work of those first 2 guys, I could have gotten to the 3rd guy, but there was no way I would have gotten to the 4th, you know?
Ooh, yeah, that's interesting. That's kind of like the Overcooked problem where there's some levels that are totally balanced for 2 players, you know, but it's like then you play and it's like, wait, like you have to have 4 players like to get anywhere in this. Yeah. And yeah.
And like I said, it's nice because like, I still passed. It wasn't like I flunked, you know. But...
Yeah, that's true. And I guess that just encourages you to play, like, you know, to get a group together and play. You know what I mean? I guess it kind of makes those like, I mean, it's kind of like Metroid Prime Federation Force, where it's like, you know, it'll play like if you did have 4 people to play with, then that would be a really fun mission, you know, and it wouldn't be really easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I guess that'll be cool because I'm definitely getting this game. So I'm definitely gonna play this with you, and hopefully we can wrangle up 2 other people. To
me, this game definitely seems like it'd be better with some friends, you know. And
that's good.
Like I said, I'll have some experience with that before the review's out. But it's just very, I don't know. It's some of the missions too, where it's like, oh, it's a 25-minute mission. I worked my way here, got to the end, and I died, you know. It's like I got to do it all over again. Now, you told me this mission was like, essentially you can go back to the bar and you can redo older missions and bump up the level requirement. So essentially, I think it just makes all the enemies, you know, more difficult. And the one mission I tried twice and I died twice, and it was saying level 10, and I'm like level 12 or 13. So it's like So I've gone back and I've sort of farmed like an easier mission a few times to try and get up a level. So I'm gonna go try that again. But it's just sort of like I get all this way and I die. And it's like, you son of a gun, you know?
Right.
But,
right.
Yeah, I don't know. So
you say 25-minute mission?
That's like the time limit, you know?
Oh, the time limit, okay.
But, like, you know, when I got up to, like, presumably I would imagine this is the boss, you know? There's only a couple, like, the first time, pretty much I go through and I'm killing enemies and I'm having a good old time. And then it's like, the second time, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna skip a lot of this fodder and get to the point, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean...
Oh, and then yeah... Gotcha, yeah.
So far, I don't know, like, it's a weird game, because it is, like, I do find myself enjoying it, in spite of itself sometimes, you know what I mean? Like you said, with like the weird, I got to go here and there, or some of the missions being weird. I definitely, I'm going to try the other character out and see how that plays. And I'm going to keep pushing forward. But yeah, I don't know. It's like, it's just very, it's not I would definitely not say this is a great game, must play.
Right.
But it's not a horrible game either. I'm still, like I said, I'm going to put more time into it the next couple days before the review and really have a good idea. But right now, I'm on the fence with which way this game could go.
Sure. Yeah, which is kind of, I mean, it's what a weird avenue this game took. Like playing this at PAX, I would have never thought this would have been a physical game release with this ambitious DLC plan, break off mission thing. I just never would have thought that, and I think it's changed so much since playing it, that was at 2017 or 2018 PAX.
Yep.
So, and it's just interesting. Yeah. So I'm excited I actually am kind of pumped to play it though, because it's something that we can play together. That's, not a race or Smash, you know what I mean? So I think it'll be fun. Mission-based things are a lot of fun. Triforce Heroes.
Yeah, it's nice because you can like get in there,
Force.
get out of there, you know what I mean? Do a mission or two and like be done with it, if you're online or whatever. Nice quick bites.
Exactly. Quick bites. But we just had 4 not quick bites, 4 delicious entrees. Like the 4 huge chicken tenders that Fabian got.
With his extra mash.
With his handsome mash. But let's take a quick break, and when we come back, it's the eShop Roundup at noon time, or in the afternoon, which makes a lot more sense when you're rounding up things.
Boom.
I guess no, it doesn't. You want to round them up at night.
You round them up whenever you can.
We're back with the eShop Roundup, and we won't ever make that mistake again, will we, Case?
Whew, yeah, it's weird when you see 30 games, you're like, thank God.
I mean,
it's
I know. And you know what? Like, we really can't miss, like, we've come so far, like, we can't just skip 30 games, you know what I mean? I'm sorry.
No, we can't.
But I hope that it's enjoyable for people. We've just done. I've talked to people. Actually, honestly, write in to us or tweet at us. If you ever have any questions or concerns or things you don't like about our podcast, just let us know, because I want to know that kind of stuff. Like if you don't like the eShop Roundup, or if you have an idea about it or something just let us know. Okay.
Boom.
All right. So first
and on that note, let's get into the eShop Roundup.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, well, that's too bad, because here it is.
Yeah, we have Smite Founders Pack from Hi-Res Studios, which I believe are the same people that made Paladins. And you can buy, I think this is a free-to-play game, but you can buy the pack for $30 that unlocks all the characters.
Boom.
So there you go. And it's like it looks pretty cute, I guess.
If you like
this next game.
If you like bundle packs, we've got Akihabara Crash 1, 2, 3 stage plus 1J plus parentheses full ... Ay caramba. Game plus full.
I love when you have to proceed to purchase to read the whole thing.
Yeah, which I will not be doing. For $15.69, this comes with the original game and a whole bunch of DLC, and looks like a very interesting, weird little Japanese game, I guess. I don't know. These games are weird.
I know, super weird. This next game, I saw is it GIF or GIF? What's it called?
That's a GIF.
I honestly can't remember what. Okay, it's GIF. I'll say how you like it. I like to say things you like. Monkey Wall, and it's strive to be the best martial arts gym as your break through walls in rhythm. There's a typo. It says as your break. It should be as you break through walls in rhythm. That's
good old eShop.
$4.99. This is kind of like, you're running. It's kind of like that weird 3DS eShop game, Quetzal's Corridors. I can't believe I remembered that.
That is weird.
I cannot remember it, but that was a great. It's like Tetris like in 3D basically, and you're running through. It's like voxely, and it actually looks really cute. And I've seen gameplay, and it's pretty cool. So honestly, this game looks really neat. Even though it has a typo in the thing, I hope they can change that.
Next up here, we've got Forgotten Tales: Day of the Dead. Show at $14.99. Show off your skills in this challenging solitaire adventure game.
Yeah, it looks like it's Day of the Dead themed solitaire, and it actually looks pretty cute.
Yeah, the cards look pretty cool.
Cards are cute. There's like a little there's a cool. There's like a level, like there's different levels, like a world level. Yeah, this game looks cool. Like like a world map, you can go through different.
Going through different levels on in a world. I guess with different puzzles.
Oh my goodness! Before we get to this next one, is there any better feeling than like seeing that we've already talked about a game and we can skip over it on the eShop? You know what I mean?
Amen.
But this next game, I can't believe it.
Yeah, this might be a must-purchase for you.
Yeah, it's called Perry Pig Jump. They made a game about me.
That is
Perry
so
the
funny.
pig, a friendly little piggy. Help him jump into the sky and play a fantastic adventure with him.
You do like platformers.
I do like platformers.
They
and I do
gotcha.
like helicopter in springs. And the game doesn't look too bad. It's just kind of like, is it an endless? I think it's an endless.
Yeah, it looks a little
mobily.
Yeah.
But
next
Perry
up though,
Pig.
we don't have Perry, but we've got balance blocks for $2.99. In this game, you have to drop blocks on the balance.
Oh, interesting. So it's kind of like a Connect 4. Like you dropping stuff like on a grid, kind of like that.
Yeah, in rows or whatever.
But yeah, it's like a puzzle game, but like on a balance too. Kind of cool, right? I mean, that concept it looks pretty bare bones, but that's a cool concept.
Yeah.
Next up though, Arcade Archives, and I guess we'll talk about the revelation, how this is a historical week at the end of this. But yes, we have Arcade Archives Bomb Jack. Really cool looking game. With a nimble jump, Jack can launch himself into the air and freely move around the stage. Has really cute little pixel art. I don't really know the gameplay of this game. I've heard of Mighty Bomb Jack, right? This must be the first one. This looks fun though.
Yeah, it looks cool. Classic style. I like the little character. I love the backgrounds.
This actually looks totally up my. Yeah, you gotta have the
random like Egyptian background and
the
stuff.
Anubis or whatever, yeah, and then like Castle, and then like the Hotel Transylvania.
So funny.
Anyway, so we're good. We move on. What's the next one?
Next
As Divine.
up, we have
As Divine Hearts 2, $12.99. All we really need to say about this is it's another one of those weird Kemco RPGs. With the same kind of weird battle system where it's kind of half pixelated, and then it's like drawn and.
I feel like we talked about this game. Maybe it was the first one.
It's probably on Wii U actually.
I was gonna say yeah, like that art style there looks Next up though, we've got My Memory of Us, $14.99 on sale, $11.99. Experience a touching tale of a friendship between a girl and a boy during the darkest moments of their lives. Looks like a good old-fashioned adventure game.
It looks really neat. Man, they got some. I love all the effort put into these games. I mean, it looks like a lot of fun, like it's oozing with charm and
That's
style.
oozing.
And, I don't know. It looks like there's some actual gameplay. Like it's not just an adventure game. What does it say? Adventure platformer. Yeah, it's a puzz form, dude.
Old puzz form. I'll believe it when I see it.
I bet you'd like that game. Seriously. But next up, I know you'd like this game because we've both been playing it. We just haven't been playing it a lot, and we're going to talk about it next week. And that's Jack Quest. The Tale of the Sword. This was a really fun game that we played, and mostly because of how huge that sword is.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
It
the
just
Buster
feels so
baby.
good.
Yeah, it is nice to have such a big, massive sword to beat down.
I don't know
your
how much
enemies
this cost either.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
It's probably $10 around there. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like that would be like a solid price for it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we probably should know. Anyway, that's
well,
okay.
I wish Nintendo would still show us.
Why they tell you what the price is? It's so weird.
Well, next up, we've got hashtag Kill All Zombies. This is $19.99 on sale for $13.99 at the moment. This is a shooter, Perry. Looks like a little not quite a top-down shooter, but
Yeah,
it
it
actually
is.
almost sort of looks like Travis Strikes Again. Like,
Yeah, there you go. It's a top-down shooter, I think. I don't know, maybe not. You can play cooperatively, and yeah, it's weird. All right,
it's weird.
just a top-down-y kill zombies game. And this next one, Achtung, Cthulhu Tactics. Thank you, German people. This is a challenge the horrifying reign of Nazi terror and battle and immortal evil in Achtung, a
Boom.
turn-based tactical strategy game. So it's turn-based, huh? And,
Apparently so.
Yeah, it kind of looks like it looks like that Ghost Recon game for the 3DS launch title, Shadow something. Did you ever play that game?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah. Anyway, it's like a, just a turn. It's a, what do we call these kinds of games? Strategy RPG.
Boom.
SRPG.
Well, what's nice is this is one of those games you're talking about up next, Cursed Castilla, for
Yeah.
$13.99.
And
You heard all about it.
$13.99. About it. Is David Lloyd on the podcast?
Boh.
Yeah, as you can see by the screenshots on here, such a cool looking game, right? I mean, it's so awesome. I love this game. Get it. Just get it.
It's a Perry must
That
get.
simple. Yeah, next up we have Bad Dream Coma from Forever Entertainment for $9.99, 10% off right now. And this is a interesting looking hand-drawn game.
Yeah, the character.
I guess it's called Bad Dream Coma. So it's a point-and-click game where a unique minimalistic art style creates an unforgettable and atmospheric experience. So and it's creepy looking. Like the cover is like this crow, but like on a humanoid body.
Yeah, it's strange.
It's creepy. It's creepy. Next up, though, what do we got?
We got Fishing Universe Simulator, another fishing game. $9.99
All right.
on sale, $8.99. Bored of waiting for a bite, Perry? Would you like to catch some with some crack cocaine? Well, then you gotta go talk to Hank Hill.
Jumpin' crack bass, or it's bass. I'd like to catch a crucian carp, please.
A carp?
Man, look at all those lures. There's one with like a billion lures that you can choose from.
Lures for days, baby.
On like the left and on the right, and you can fish at the Eiffel Tower.
It's so weird.
That's amazing. Anyway, Fishing Universe.
Boom. Next up, we've got Smugglecraft. Wow, $9.99. It is down to $2.99 at the moment. Ever-changing
70%
environments.
off.
Procedural racetracks.
Dude, this game looks freaking sweet.
Yeah, really, I like. It reminds me of Inner Space, right? Was that the graphics?
Totally. It's like cell shaded and yeah, this game looks so much fun. Does John Raridan know about this?
Yeah, it seems like a Raridan
60
special.
hovercraft parts. That's crazy. Yeah, I wonder how long that sale's going for. But that looks like a fun game. So I need to check in more into that game. Smugglecraft. It's a cute name.
Oh,
I wish it was called
Smugglecraft.
Snugglecraft.
Boh.
Next up, we have Legrand Legacy: Tale of the Fate Bounds for $19.99. And this is I can't really tell what kind of a game. Is this an RPG? It must be an RPG.
It's loading up on my end. Let me
It's a
see.
JRPG,
Yeah, it
yeah.
totally looks like one.
Yeah, interesting. Kind of an eclectic art style with different things happening, but it looks pretty cool. In a
Weird way.
yeah, $19.99 though. There you go. Next up, we have Doodle God Evolution.
Doodle God.
$6.99.
Let me see.
Unleash your
Doodle
imagination
God.
and be a god. Create and change your planet with each new reaction. So it's like a god simulator. Is that what they call those?
Yeah, something like that.
It's funny because like there's really only like one screenshot of gameplay. The rest is just a bunch of menus. Interesting.
Weird. Yeah. Next up, we've got Piku Niku, which was a game we talked about last week. I can't see how much it is.
Oh, it is $12.99.
Boom. Yeah, cute little game.
Totally. Next up, though, we have Flowlines versus for $4.99. This is a cute looking little game with it's highlighting that you can play 2 players with the Joy-Cons. We love the Switch. We love puzzle games. We love versus multiplayer modes. But it's a classic puzzle game. It looks fun.
So you got it all right there.
It really does look great. That'd be cool if that game was online. I'd be all over that. It looks really cool. Next up, though,
Heroes Trials.
Trials.
No
$4.79. Speedy and heartwarming action RPG full of challenges. Hey.
Yeah, it looks like a cute little $4.79. Nice little on sale ski.
Why not? On sale ski.
A lot of these games are on sale. Next up, we've got Swords and Soldiers. Very unique name from Two Tribes Publishing. This is $7.49 down to $4.94. The funniest strategy game in all of history, Perry.
Yeah, I played this on the Wii U because it's like one of those games that was on sale for like $1 at one time. I remember really digging it at first, and then it getting like really hard. I think that's what I remember this game. Anyway, and there's a sequel that came out that is either coming to Switch or it's out on Switch. But anyway, it's called like the Shawarmageddon.
Oh no!
Really funny. But anyway, next up we have Zombie Panic in Wonderland DX, and it's $8.99, 45% off for $4.94.
45%. What a strange.
They were trying to get it below $5.
Yeah, I guess maybe.
And it looks like a third-person shooter. It looks like a what do you call these types of games? Case the arcade light gun
on-rail shooters.
Yeah,
but not quite on rails. It looks like
it's not without its charm. It doesn't look too bad. It's kind of like a weird, like different, obtuse art style, but that's okay.
Next up here, we've got Inops. Is that how you say that?
Inops.
Inops. For $9.99, dive into the wondrous world of Inops, 2D puzzle-based side-scrolling adventure of dark and light.
Whoa, there's like that. Yeah. This is.
It sort of reminds me of
Flipping Death.
That, and also I'm thinking that like, oh god, Fragments of Midnight.
Yes.
Like that sort of.
But it looks better.
It looks more colorful. Yeah, it definitely looks better than that.
Yeah.
But the characters at least look like that.
Totally. Yeah. $9.99. Looks good. Next up we have Chrono Clash Fantasy Tactics. Wow. They're
just grabbing all the names.
Names, yeah. For 99 cents. Conquer the kingdom, master the job system in this turn-based tactical JRPG. Huh. Well,
there you have it.
It's $1. It's a JRPG for $1.
Get David Lloyd on the call.
Yep.
Next up, we've got Paladin for $9.99. And no, this is not Paladins. This is a different game.
And it's not the Punisher. Somehow it looks just like the Punisher.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool, actually.
What is it? I can't even tell what the game is. Is it like a shooter? I can't even.
Arcade shooter, it's saying.
There's so much crazy stuff happening all over the screen. But all right. That's Paladin. But we have 3 games left. One of them is called Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy. I like saying cursed because it's fun. It's kind of like theater.
Cursed? Yeah, you're trying to church it up.
Yeah, thank you. Sphinx and the Cursed Mummy for $29.99. And I believe this is a game from a while ago that they did a redo of, you know? It is so generic to me, like just all those different, like, you know, it just
everything.
Looks like a GameCube game. But it does look nice. The visual style does look nice in HD.
It's a lot of money, though.
It's $29.99. But anyway, I think we have a review. I assume we probably have a review coming up on this game. I don't know.
Next up, though, we've got Unworthy.
This next game is Unworthy.
$14.99 is a hardcore combat-focused platformer without jumping.
Oh, you've got my attention, Unworthy. Ooh, it looks cool.
Yeah, it actually does look pretty darn cool. This is $14.99.
It's black and white and pixely. And, yeah, this game looks really sweet. Interesting. I might need to check out the trailer to this here game. Oh, unable to load video. Well,
never mind.
Bye, Unworthy.
Yeah, you're unworthy of my time.
And this next up is one we've talked about. while we were at PAX, because I think this was your airplane game.
Yep.
And this is Mages of Mistralia for $19.99, 10% off right now for $17.99. Yeah, this is a cute looking game. It's like an action RPG, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
it's funny because like
it looks cool. I like the visual art style, you know.
All the time I heard like David Lloyd talking about this game, I really thought it was a total JRPG, you know?
Oh no.
But it's not. It's actually like a cool, cute little game. So would you recommend this game, Case? I mean,
it's one of those like I definitely don't think it's a bad game, you know, but it's not probably going to be a game for everyone.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
It'd be worth, like, if it does somewhat interest you, it'd be worth checking out a review or some gameplay to see if it'd be up your alley.
It's cute looking, for sure. But now it's the time of the week where we pick our game of the week. And the idea is it's a game where we kind of find out about it on the eShop. So, like, obviously, like, Cursed Castilla couldn't be mine. But
I'm going to go first here.
All right.
And I might just be snagging yours right up. I'd go with that Unworthy.
Oh.
It actually looks pretty sweet. I like the art style, and without jumping seems intriguing. It's piqued my interest.
Yeah, it does. It looks cool. I actually was going to go for, and I'm going to go for, Smugglecraft. Really cute looking game and really pretty looking, and it looks like a lot of fun, and it's local multiplayer, and I don't know, like it really looks appealing to me. So I'll just go ahead and pick that game up. It's $3. So Smugglecraft and Unworthy. You're an unworthy Smugglecraft.
Well, you better watch your mouth, bro.
Okay, I'll wash it with some coffee. Delicious. By the way, speaking of washing our mouth out, I got so many pictures of you drinking Coca-Cola at PAX South. It was so good. Probably like 10 pictures.
Not my fault. The city of San Diego, of San Antonio, doesn't know the proper.
How many pictures did you get of me drinking Pepsi? Just wondering.
Well, you know, I had better things to do, like hang out with friends and stuff, you know.
Who?
So, like all of our friends and stuff. But we had a little bit of we should note that why this eShop Roundup was special, there was no Neo Geo game.
It wasn't a week.
Nope.
Isn't that crazy?
It's because last week was such a week, it had to take a week off.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. There's no Neo Geo this week. I didn't think that would ever happen, and it happened.
That's it. This is my last episode.
Yep. Yep. We're calling it quits, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Amazing. I also want to bring up one more thing because it's pretty cool and exciting. But if you look at the download-only game bestsellers, Mutant Mud's collection is in the top 6, and Geodrifter is number 4. Isn't that crazy? Because there's a huge sale going on for the 80%
that one
off.
you can get for like $2 or something, right?
Yeah, insane, right? So, yeah. So I thought that was a lot of fun. It's cool to see those in the bestsellers.
Sweet jibbies.
Sweet giblets. So that'll do it for the eShop Roundup, which means we can go right into the news, right?
News talk.
Yes, sir. We got news, boys.
With Casey Gibson.
This news broke last week that Metroid Prime 4 had been canceled, sort of.
Not sort of. It wasn't canceled.
Well,
although
I mean, essentially it was canceled and rebooted.
You know, I tell you what, I'm glad that someone told me the news before I watched that video, because when you watch it, it sounds like he's going to say, unfortunately, we've canceled this game, you know, like, because he's like, well, I hope you please understand moment. But then they said, yeah, they actually are starting from the ground up and they're getting Retro to work on it.
So they did cancel it.
How can you say they did cancel it when they said that they're starting again?
Well, then how can you start again if you never canceled it?
It's not canceled.
Well, they canceled the original game that they were working on.
Okay, you can say they canceled the original game. Just like you can say, I canceled my coffee because I didn't want to drink it anymore.
Nope.
Okay, whatever. But
what are you, dumb?
So this is what are you, dumb? This was weird and interesting news. And I've kind of, it's funny because it's been such a long time like since we've recorded to talk about it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like I have a lot of, because like my first and honest reaction to this news was, okay, like honestly, I was just relieved that they didn't release a crappy game. That was my first, like my first thing was like, okay, whatever. I'm still happy. It's cool that Retro's getting to work on it. And I guess it was the positive optimist in me saying that just naturally happened saying, yeah, like I'm totally fine with this because I just want them to have a good game. And I really, as long as it's coming, I don't mind, you know, we're definitely, and I don't know, like how did you feel?
I mean, I was like, okay, like I said, I'm better that they get out in front of it instead of releasing just a crappy game or like, all right, well, you know, we'll try and shine this thing as best we can, but you know, at the surface level, it's just not that great, you know? So right. I think it's a good thing. You know, I can wait. I'm not, you know, obviously I want to play Prime 4, but at the same token, I can wait, you know. There's so many other games and stuff.
Exactly. So were you, and just honestly, were you like disappointed? Like, oh.
No, it's just like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I really wasn't disappointed at first, you know. You know, and I'm still not really too disappointed. I guess the weird thing is it's just like, why did it take a year and a half to realize this, you know? And it's like, you're Nintendo. What's going on over there? Like, what are you even working on?
Well, it's got to be one of those things where you go, okay, like, this isn't coming together as we hoped, but it's still early. You know what I mean? Like, we're still early in development. You know, we're sort of behind this idea. We're going to keep rolling with it. And then eventually, I guess you get to that point where it's like, I mean, because obviously they're going to be taking a bath money-wise, you know, a year and a half that we know about, probably more than a year.
Flush down
you
the
know,
old
2 or more.
toilet.
Yep. And it's funny because, like, I'm thinking back to, like, when that's happened before, like Resident Evil 2, they were, like, 70% done with the game, and they scrapped it and redid it, you know? And now look
really?
at
I didn't know that.
Resident Evil 2's, you know, hailed as one of the better PS1 games. You know, it still holds a special place in a lot of people's hearts.
Oh, the original Resident Evil.
Yeah, the original Resident Evil.
Gotcha.
So it's, you know, who knows, maybe that's a situation where we look back in, you know, 10 years and be like, man, sure glad they canceled it because that game was bumping, you know?
Oh, well, I'm already, exactly. I mean, of course, I already have that opinion about the whole thing. It's just like, yeah, I guess, you know, it's going to be longer. Who knows if it's going to be even on Switch anymore, you know, on this current system. Like, there's a good chance it won't be. Or it'll be a dual release or something. Because it'll be a long time. I mean, we're starting from scratch.
Yeah, I could see it being like a Breath of the Wild thing.
Also, the funny thing, it's like, I think it's just, the weirdness of everything was that they even said this. Like, that they even came out and admitted it to everyone. Like, they got in front of it, like, as, like, a political stunt. Like, we need to make sure everyone knows so people, you know, they're not living in the dark and they know why it won't take so long.
Yeah, because if they didn't show, if they didn't say anything and then they just didn't show anything at E3, everyone would be like, what the heck is, like, they could have they could have shown the most amazing games and been like the clear-cut winner of E3, but if they didn't say anything about Prime, it'd be like, hold on, like, what's going on here, you know, like, what's the deal? So, I think they were, their hands were sort of forced, but at the same token, it's sort of cool, like you said, to sort of just be upfront with it and be like, hey guys.
Yeah. No, I thought that was cool. I thought it's like, you know, that's interesting. But I guess, please understand, you know, that's
exactly
Iwata's thing, right? I mean, it totally was a please understand. Please understand, HD games are hard to make.
Yeah, sorry.
And so, yeah, I'm like, okay, then what the heck has Retro been working on? I guess that all of their work over the past 5 years has been for nothing.
Unless if their game,
unless their game is ready to be released.
I
don't think that's happening.
Who knows? I mean, it could be a game they show at E3 and releases shortly after, and maybe it's not completely done, but they go, you know what? We can keep, 60% of the team to wrap this out, and 40% can start working on Prime 4, and then when it's completely done, we shift everyone else over.
Well, interestingly enough, obviously, I don't know if there's many, like just a handful, maybe, if any, people that worked on Prime at Retro right now. Now, a lot of them moved to Armature, which is still in Austin, and I was talking with Jules about this. I was thinking that I could totally see Retro contracting out work and having Armature help them with Retro. With Prime 4. I could totally see that happening. And then you actually get the veterans on the team again. And I think that's a win-win for everyone there. So anyway, it'll be interesting as it develops. I hope that it's what you said, and Retro has this awesome game, Donkey Kong Country
3.
Returns 3, and it comes out, and that would make my year, because I would love a new Donkey Kong game.
That'd be great.
Or whatever, Grand Prix, Star Fox. If that's really happening, that would be insane,
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see as it happens. E3 is gonna be weird. It just Nintendo's in a weird spot, dude. Like, they had a strong 2017 and a pretty weak 2018. And it's like, what's happening in 2019,
Well, speaking of a weak 2018, let's get into some sales figures here, Perry.
Yeah. No, and I mean weak.
No, I know, but it's funny because...
I meant weak from their output of games, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it certainly wasn't a weak year for the Switch, as it is the best-selling console of 2018 with a very strong push in December. It is the highest sales of a console since the Wii... the Switch December sales were the highest of any console since the Wii in 2019 for a single month.
Mm-hmm.
And that helped propel them to being the top dogs of the year. Then you also had Smash had the highest U.S. launch month sales for an exclusive ever, beating
that makes no sense. That to me,
why does that make no sense?
Because it's so early in the Switch's life to have a game. Well, yeah, it's only 2 years in. I mean, you think that a game that comes out in 2 years from now, when the install base is so much higher, that it would that would
and
happen.
Who knows, that might happen still, but Smash got that power.
But it's what were the numbers then? How much did it sell?
I did, when I was looking, I didn't see an exact number.
Yeah, me neither, and that's weird to me. I know that in Japan it had a huge, I think I remember seeing, sales for Japan, and it was really good. And yeah, it's just crazy crazy.
Good old Smash, baby.
Yeah, and it was the highest selling game in December too, which is really cool.
Not too scabby.
I guess it has to be if it's the highest U.S. launch month ever.
Yeah, previously Halo Reach in 2010 was the strongest.
So you're telling me that they made more money than Red Dead did in their month? Is that what that's saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy, right? You don't think that's crazy?
Well, I would say...
There's so many more PS4s out there than Switches.
Let's see. Red Dead Redemption 2 came out... I also wonder, let's see, it came out October 26th.
Oh, well, then that's
why. You only got a cap end.
Oh, that's why.
I'm pretty sure Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best-selling game of 2018 overall.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would make sense, because then Smash Ultimate was, the 7th of December, too? Yes. So you've got that full month.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why. If you're really counting the numbered months, I guess that's a technicality.
It should be the first 30 days.
Exactly. Because that makes, otherwise that really doesn't make a difference. So, okay. I see what you did there, Nintendo, or sale figures guy.
Yeah, you dirty dogs. But yeah,
dirty dog.
Regardless, positive news all around, baby.
Yeah, I'm up. I'm happy with that, kind of. when Nintendo is on top of the world, their output's kind of weak, kind of historically, I guess. Maybe not.
I think it's just
maybe not.
You probably are just thinking of like, oh wow, there's so many games coming out, and the percentage of them being Nintendo published are small, versus like the Wii U, where it's like Nintendo published everything on this console, and like you know what I mean, like the output maybe was a little more, but you also got turds like Amiibo Festival.
But it's like, dude, what are they making? They released Funky Kong and Deluxe and Captain Toad last year.
We're going to find out soon enough, my friend.
I know. It's nuts. It's so weird. But, yeah. Soon enough. Well, we need to bring back a segment that we haven't done forever. And that is the YouTube Saloon.
The YouTube Saloon.
That's right, YouTube Saloon. Now, we got lots of stuff up there because we got all of our PAX interviews coming up for games like Anne and Mage Quit and this Fantasy Strike. Check out these interviews we did.
Yeah, we got interviews and gameplay videos.
Yeah, and gameplay. And that's also on our site. We have, and then also I did an unboxing of the Adventure Pals. From Super Rare Games, which was a lot of fun, and you can see some gameplay and stuff and see all the stuff in there. And I guess one quick plug for the interview with Super Rare Games that we did. Casey and Carmine actually came up with some questions for George of Super Rare Games, and that's posted on our site on NWR, on NintendoWorldReport.com, which, by the way,
Gaboosh.
If you don't want to type that out, you can just say NINW, like
Ninworld.
Ninwr.com. Yeah. So you can put it down to 5 letters, which is cool. It's a life hack there for you. But is there anything else on the site on YouTube?
Like I said, bunch of interviews. I'm pretty sure the telethon stuff should probably be up on there too if people want to catch up on any of the telethon.
For sure.
Marathon that we had going on.
Yeah, I mean, we have tons of content, like it's ridiculous, that's going up there. And of course, just so everyone knows, you can always you can listen to our episodes on there as well.
Yes, sir.
If that's more convenient, why not?
Boom, boom. Now, before we go, I believe we've got a little bit of something, right?
Listener mail.
Listener mail.
Listener mail. Yeah, our good friend Jonathan Barlow. I don't know why I said the R in that so like
Barlow.
Barlow. I guess because it's Australian. I guess. But anyway, I'm not going to read this in an Australian accent.
Why not?
He always sends us the best emails ever. I just took out a snippet of it here, but he says, I got Piku Niku based on y'all review, and so far it's absolutely amazing. I've been laughing out loud at it all night. Just unlocked the second level of Superstar Road in U Deluxe in the new Mario game. And this is, I feel like a chubby Rocky.
So
amazing.
strange.
Anyways, before I let you go for listener mail, he says, your talk of American service station food amazed me. I will have to get photos of sausage rolls and pies from our servos for you. Anyways, using ingredients from games you've played recently, what would you serve up? A real Nintendo-fueled grease fest, please, boys. So he wants us to take ingredients from games that we've been playing and serve them like from a, let's just say this is the Nintendo food truck. Has to be greasy. Has to be a grease fest.
I'm trying to think of the games that I've sort of been
Resident Evil 2.
Yeah. So you got zombie guts.
Yeah.
You've got healing herbs from I mean, that could be Resident Evil as well, but that's Dragon Marked for Death. You got your little healing herbs and stuff.
I was going to say, that's total Resident Evil. You got mushrooms from New Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, Jack Quest, what do you got? Like, the big sword to cut it all up.
And there's also the stones that you cut up for your things. Yeah, but we need something juicy and greasy.
Well,
Let's see.
that could be the zombie guts. They're gonna be gross and
Yeah,
greasy. You deep fry them.
That's a little too cannibalistic.
Because there's some
for
big
me.
fatties too, like big fatty zombies. You know, it's like they've been eating their handful of grease.
Yeah, I mean, like we could always have like a piranha plants salad, but like that's not greasy.
No, we don't want
You know what
that.
I mean?
We want fried
So, like,
Goomba.
turtle soup, Koopa soup.
Yeah, but is
that's pretty good.
That's not. We need like deep fried Goomba nuggets. Like we just
mushroom.
like
that's the thing.
Drop a couple Goombas in there.
That's the thing. Are Goombas meaty or are they mushrooms? Right?
They do flatten
You know what I mean?
relatively easy.
You're right, but they are sentient. Like are they meat or are they walking vegetables?
I want to pretend it's meat.
Me too, because I think that kind of puts a very scary spin on Goombas, because really they're not mushrooms that came to life. Aren't they like literally toads that got cursed and you're like killing tons of toads? That's like the original.
Maybe.
So
maybe at some point
we're heading towards the cannibalistic thing. I guess Goombas are acceptable things to eat in the cannibal world because they're like mushroom people. Do you like mushrooms, Casey?
No, I don't.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't. Because you're not a man.
Nope.
You're still a little boy.
That's okay.
And but
no, that means you're gonna die before me with all your mushrooms.
Yeah, sure. There's gotta be something else though. I guess, yeah. This is a very, very interesting question, John. Very interesting. I guess because there's not a lot of ingredients. Like I'm trying to think, like cursed Castilla.
Because that would be like
spears.
Zombies as well, essentially, wouldn't it? Like,
right?
Maybe not zombies per se,
Games
but something
aren't
along
as
those
delicious.
lines.
I mean, I guess we played some Super Mario Party, and there's that game where you
jiggle the
sizzle
sweets
that
around.
steak.
Ooh, the sirloin, baby.
Which I guess that's what we'd serve. So,
yeah. Well,
sorry,
we're gonna have to.
We'll have to just think about this, I guess. But I guess if anyone has any ideas, let us know. And that would be the weirdest thing to talk about on our podcast.
Well, hopefully we get some in.
Nintendo-fueled
Otherwise,
Grease Fest.
we'll have to think of some more that aren't necessarily whatchamacallit, zombie guts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think that's going to do it for our dang podcast.
Yes,
and I
sir.
think we got through a lot of stuff today.
Yeah, we talked a bunch of games, we talked a bunch of news, we talked some of this, some of that.
It's still a pretty brisk episode, actually. So,
Well,
like I don't know what it is. Maybe we're just more efficient.
We don't need to pad these days
in the afternoon. Yeah, it's crazy, right? But yeah, I don't know. We have some special guests lined up coming on pretty soon, so that'll be fun. But of course, I guess we can send us an email. Like John did, and we can read it out and talk about it. We'd like some good discussion emails, maybe ones that aren't about food.
Well, no, we welcome them.
Good.
We welcome.
No, I welcome all emails. Don't get me wrong. I love the emails about food. But I mean, we could talk about other things too, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
Like your favorite Switch game. And you know what? I was thinking about today. We didn't do any predictions for this year.
Ooh, maybe that'll be next episode.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's do our predictions for 2019 for next episode. That sounds right.
I like it.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for listening. You can find us on Twitter at Talk Nintendo Pod. That's Talk Nintendo
POD. And
you can find us obviously at NintendoWorldReport.com, where we host our podcast. And obviously check out our YouTube, NWRTV, which you might be watching on right this instant, because we have lots of other videos.
Boom. Sounds good, my dude.
I have nothing else to say.
All right, and on that note, we'll catch you next time. And it spawned Bowsette, your favorite.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like a chubby Rocky.